Hey, hockey card fans. Hockey Night in Belmont's back with another eBay opening. Already did some preliminary opening to see, just in case it wasn't for my wife or something. And it turned out it was mine. And we got 80 cards here. From the 1976-77 season. These are This was Montreal's second cup win in a row. And let's open up and see what we got here. So I don't know everything that's in the set. It just showed a few cards. So number one, we got two Brian Trotches. I didn't know there were doubles. That's something I didn't know. And looking at the card, soft corners and centering's off, a little nick in the side there. But that one's in okay shape. Again, this one's same thing, soft corners. So we'll take the best one of those and use that. Got Greg Polis, Rangers. Bobby Clark, Flyers. So that's good. I got some Trotch and Clark, two main guys. Dave Lewis, Islanders. Stevie Shutt, Montreal Canadiens. Billy Harris, Islanders. Harris did not win a Stanley Cup with the Islanders. He was traded along with Dave Lewis. Those two guys were traded in 79-80 for Butch Goring. So those two did not see the Stanley Cup years. Though Dave Lewis did win a cup as coach of the Red Wings, I believe. Billy Harris, again, another doubles card. Wolf Paymont, Rockies. Ernie Hick, Kings. He played for the Blues, he played for the Minnesota North Stars and was traded to the Kings. He didn't play much after that. Jean-Paul LeBlanc, Red Wings, never heard of him. Steve Vickers, Rangers. Jean Potvin, Islanders. Dennis Potvin's brother. Wasn't as good, but he did get his name on the cup once. Though he didn't really play that year. Ron Stackhouse, Penguins. Michel Bergeron, Islanders. Came from Red Wings. The Islanders didn't stay long. Wasn't part of their cup team. Jerry Hart, Islanders. He ended his career with the Quebec Nordiques. He didn't win the cup either. Blues, Claude LaRose. Yeah, played for the Montreal Canadiens on 2 occasions. Won some cups with them. Dennis O'Brien, North Stars. Wayne Merrick, Cleveland Barons. I wish they'd bring back the Cleveland Barons. I thought they had a pretty cool logo and color scheme. Wayne Merrick was later traded to the Islanders and he won 4 Stanley Cups with them. Gary Doak. He had won a Stanley Cup with the Bruins and was traded and then came back to the Bruins. Ian Turnbull. Defense for the Leafs. I always thought he was better than Salming. I believe he still holds the record for most goals by a defenseman in a game with 4. And Ken Hodge, Rangers. Sorry, he had won 2 Stanley Cups with the Bruins. And then they traded for him. He was traded to the Rangers for Rick Middleton, which was a dumb trade by the Rangers, as Ken Hodge would only play the 1 season. It was thought by the Rangers that getting Phil Esposito's line mate, Ken Hodge, would put them over the top. Rick Middleton was a young player who became really good. So a couple of doubles there, and a lot of Islanders in that first little batch. A couple of Hall of Famers in there. I don't know if Claude LaRose is in the Hall of Fame. Okay, next up. Gary Hart, Islanders. He won 1 Stanley Cup, then was traded to the Hartford Whalers and spent time with the New Jersey Devils. Dennis Hextall, Wings. Larry Pate, Blues. Guy Lafleur, Canadiens. I already have this card, but I'll take the best quality one. I think the one I already have is better quality. Gillies Grattan, Rangers. He didn't play very long that I know of. No. Played for the Blues and Rangers, and he was out of the league by the 80s. Gilbert Perron, Sabres. So that's good. I got a whole bunch of Hall of Famers. Schott, Lafleur, Perron, Clark, Trottier. Pat Hickey, Rangers. Batlin Billy Smith, Islanders. This is before he became the starting goalie for the Islanders. He split duties mainly with Glenn Resch was the better goalie. Yvonne Cornway, another Hall of Famer. So I got Smith and Cornway in the Hall of Fame. Steve Jensen, North Stars. I know he played for finished his career with the Kings. Don Murdoch, Rangers. He had been a high draft choice, but he kind of a bust. He got traded around a lot. Rick Middleton, Bruins. He was the guy that they traded away for Ken Hodge. Bad mistake. Rick Middleton had a pretty good career with Boston. Syl Abs, now with Kings. He went from the Penguins to the Kings. Had a long career but never won a cup. Clark Gillies, another Hall of Famer. A lot of Islanders in this one. Bob Gerard, Barons. Never heard of him. He obviously didn't play very long. I have two Ronnie Greshners. George Ferguson, Leafs. Greg Jolly, Defense, Red Wings. Mike Fiddler, Barons. I like that logo. Too bad they never really panned out in Cleveland. They were there for 2 years, and that was it. Fred Barrett, Minnesota North Stars. Cleveland then merged with the Minnesota North Stars. Ed Key, Flames. Larry Carrier, Canucks. Pat Price, Islanders. Badly cut card, off-center by a long shot. You can see where the next card was supposed to be. But that's O-PEE-CHEE's fault, not anyone else's fault. It's actually in good shape, the card is itself, other than that. Pat Price was traded a lot, never won a cup. Rick Bournet, Blues. Oh, I have two of them, Rick Bournets. Jim Nielsen, Barons. This one's got a lot of creases in it, I can see now. This was the season that the Oakland Seals finally moved to Cleveland. He was drafted from the Rangers. So in 75-76, the Seals moved from Oakland to Cleveland. And in 76, 77, 77, 78, they were in Cleveland. And then they moved, or they merged with Minnesota. Boston, their team card. All their records. Johnny Busick has the most games at 1,300. Gary Edwards, goalie from the Kings, traded. Mike Christie, defense, Barons. This card's in pretty bad shape too. Guess the guy didn't like the Barons. Floyd Thompson, left wing Blues, never heard of him. Richard Mulhern, Flames. Pierre Plante, Blackhawks. And Randy Mannery, defense, trade to the Kings. Got a lot of Islanders in this. Last set here, we have Dave Maloney. This was an insert thing, number 10 of 22. I used to have this, almost the whole set of this, but I had to sell it long ago. Rick Martin, part of the French connection. Card 11 of that one. Glenn Resch, Islanders. This is 17 of 22. So there's 22 cards of all the All-Stars that year. We got Dennis Potvin, Hall of Fame, second team All-Star. Nick Fatui, Rangers. He went to a couple of Stanley Cup finals, one with the Rangers and one with Calgary. Pete Lepresti, North Stars. It's actually a pretty cool goalie pose. Terry Harper, Red Wings. This was one of his last draws. He was a Hall of Famer with the Canadiens. Peter McNabb, Bruins. Wayne Thomas went from the Leafs to the Rangers. He'd also been with the Canadiens. Dennis Maroc, Barons. This was only his second year. He had actually a really good NHL career. Hit the 60-goal mark and 50-goal mark. Played for Washington Capitals and Minnesota North Stars. Good player all around. Rod Gilbert, I think he's in the Hall of Fame. Rangers, never won a cup. Came close a couple of times. Bill Hodge, defense. John Davidson. His best season was when he took the Rangers to the Stanley Cup in 78-79. J.P. Parise, Islanders. Chris, I think I have all the Islanders. Walt McKechnie. I remember him best when he played for the Leafs and played for the Rockies. Rick Kehoe, Penguins. Bolted from the Leafs, got himself traded to the Penguins. Scored 50 goals with the Penguins. I think he was their third 50-goal scorer. Darryl Sittler, Leafs, holds the record for most points in a game with 10. Hall of Famer. Jean Rattel, this was the guy Boston traded Esposito for Rattel. He was also Carol Vodney, went to the Rangers for Brad Park, which was a mistake. Glenn Resch, Islanders. Had he stayed with the Islanders and won more Stanley Cups, he would have been in the Hall of Fame, because he was their #1 goalie throughout the 70s. It was in the 80s that Billy Smith surpassed him. He won 1 Stanley Cup with the Islanders, and they traded him off to Colorado. Ed Stanikowski, Blues. Played a few more years, didn't bounce around, didn't have... Phil Esposito, Hall of Famer. So I got a lot of Hall of Famers in this set. That's a good haul. Bob Nystrom, Islanders. I think I only paid $20 for the cards and $10 for shipping. I have to go back and check that. Jack Valakat, Leafs. He ended his career with the Rockies. Murray Wilson, Canadians. Bobby Bourne, Islanders. Jesus, I have a lot of Islanders. Lee Fagolin. Probably one of the best pickups the Oilers made when they came in the league. They got Fagolin, and he stayed around and won 2 Stanley Cups with them. And finally, Bill Goldsworthy, Rangers. Alright, so that's it. 80 cards, a couple of doubles, a lot of Islanders, and a lot of Hall of Famers, so I'm kind of happy with that. Because Hall of Famers are the stars, and they're the hardest ones to get. In this set, it would be Esposito, Trottier, Lafleur, Dryden are the hardest cards to get. This is also Bobby Orr's last card when he played for the Blackhawks, but he didn't play long. But anyway, that's it for that set. 80 cards. There was a lot of surprises in there. I knew of a couple of cards that were going to be there because that's what they show in the picture. But for the most part, those 80 cards were, a lot of them were surprised. I'm surprised how many Islanders I got. I thought it'd be mostly just common cards of little known guys, but I know most of these players. I used to have this set as a kid. Didn't take care of it. Parents threw it out. I collected it again, and I had to sell it. This time I don't intend to sell any of them. Anyway, that's it. Anyone like collecting hockey cards, let me know. I got some doubles, more doubles now. If you need something, if you need one of those cards, let me know. Till next time, this has been Hockey Night in Belmont.